Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Cinema and Theatre Break Show, where we keep it 100% Kenyan cinema and theatre. And stopping by today is an amazing actress. She's been in this industry for almost a decade. I call her Queen of Shots. I'll let you know in the interview. Welcome, Auudi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
That's how you say Auudi Rowa.
Yes, Auudi Rowa.
Auudi Rowa. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I have been wanting to interview you for quite some time.
Okay.
When you resume this show.
What? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing because I'm really interested in your story. Okay. The first time I really got like into you. Okay, that's the right word. Yes, like into your craft was back in 2018. Ulikuwa umefanya This Is Life.
Yeah.
This Is Life. Yes. So I watched it, but then it was on our website by
yes,
Avant
it was a
Media.
web series.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I watched it and I went just to dig kujua, who are these people? And then I bumped into you and then I kept looking, and here we are.
Here we are.
How has it been?
It's been interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Actually, you're right, I've just hit a decade. Yes,
in the industry, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And today there is someone who wants to join the industry. Anapata kuna tu vitu zenye maybe that we want to talk about. What do you think is the current state of Kenyan film industry now?
Kuna mtu anataka kuingia industry sahi. Don't do it.
Why? Stop scaring them. Why? You've been here for 10 years, almost 10 years now. Mbona wasingie? What do you think is the current state of Kenyan film industry now?
I think the right answer is we are on the come up. You know, we are heading there. Which is not a lie, but I don't know. I think COVID put us on a bit of a slump. I think sile COVID ili happen, ndo tulikuwa we were like this. The gradient was steep.
But I thought COVID was a good thing because actually during COVID, you and some creative in the industry mlikuwa mmeanzisha. It was a radio play.
Yeah.
Okay. I think COVID was also
by
okay.
Peter, yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually, if I'm being fair, as an artist and as an actor, I think COVID was one of my best years in terms of work, funny enough. And I think that's a lot of people. It was either things are really good or really bad. There was no in between. Yeah, I had a really good COVID year in terms of work.
How was it? Like
the radio play you're talking about. I did a lot of stage, short films.
Yes, Queen of Shots.
Queen of Shots. Jina nilibandikwa, ikastick. It's like, yeah, I like it. So yeah, I think COVID was a pretty good year. I think the state of our industry is good right now. I like that people are doing nice, short, action-packed shows. People are writing their own scripts now.
Yeah.
Indie filmmaking is big right now with us. So yeah, I really like it.
And also, most of the creatives are embracing online platforms like YouTube. I saw you shared a post by, there's a show by Jackie Matubia. It's on YouTube,
Yes.
Toxic.
Toxic.
Are you part of the show?
Yeah, so the idea for Toxic came up when we were on our last set. We were like, okay, we're about to be jobless. What are we going to do with our time and our lives? Yeah? And so, yeah, this conversation came up and like, yeah, we should do this and this and this. Yeah, yeah. Niyo convo ikaanza tu kimchezo between Jackie, myself, and Davis Nato. And then at some point we brought in Charlie. And then it started as a funny convo and it turned into, yeah, we're shooting.
Yeah. Amazing. Guys, this is an amazing show that is on YouTube. I want you to go to YouTube and search for Toxic by Jackie Matubia and just watch this show and just get to know the actors and see what they are doing. Talking about being in the industry for a decade, I'm really interested to know, how did you join the industry? How did you come in? Where did it all...
Where did it
Ilianzia
start?
wapi? Yes. What's your story?
Okay. How did it start? I mean, I would like to say like everyone else that I always knew I wanted to be an actor.
No, give us your version of the story. Tupatie version yako.
Okay, so in my younger years, I moved from an 844 school to an IGCSE school. I go through this culture shock. I'm entering this school where theater and drama is a subject, an examinable subject. Whereas nimetoka madrama fest, right? It's for fun. So
You either do it or not.
Skirt, exactly. So I'm here and I'm being told, yeah, 70% practical, 30% theory. I'm like, theory? Yeah, drama. Aje. So yeah, I get into that. My first drama teacher, Jackson Atonya. Shout out to you. Brilliant actor as well. He did Tahidi High back in his day. My first proper play when I think I knew I wanted to become an actor, my math teacher at the time, Mr. Vasi, was asked, like people were being asked, we're looking for students who can be in the school play, My math teacher, Mr. Vasi, goes and tells Mr. Jackson, there's this girl in my class who's really loud. And you're looking for people who know how to project. Yeah, she's really loud, maybe you should try. So Mr. Jackson comes, he's like, hey, you should come try out for the school play. And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. I try out for the school play. I get it. It was Sleeping Beauty. Nimepewa role ya Sleeping Beauty herself. We do the first show. It's pretty good. Things are okay. As we're preparing for the second show,
yeah,
we had swimming gala on the day of the final show. Auudi Rowa ameenda kapiga manduru. Swimming gala. Piga manduru.
Venye ni loud.
Akisahau ako na stage play jioni. By the time I'm going for the stage play, I lost my voice. And the play was a musical.
Haukuwa na double? Na stand in?
It was a musical. So I'm singing, I'm acting.
Wow.
Hiyo ndo siku nilijua there is a method to whatever madness this is. And that's when I was like, I want to become an actor, to know how to control my voice, to know how to control my emotions and my whatnot. So yeah, Sleeping Beauty. That's how I knew. And then, yeah, did drama as a subject and practicing it as well during high school. Moved from there, which was Nairobi Academy. Kwanza I used to watch wase wa Tahidi High wakikam kushoot. Because at the time I used to board in school. Na wase wa Tahidi High walikuwa wanakam kushoot Saturday, Sunday. So we used to leave our dorms and just go sit on the corner and watch Kina Omosh, Kina Abel, watch too. And I'm like, yeah, I want to do that. Wow. So finished that and then left Nairobi Academy and went to St. Mary's. Saints. And Saints was now where it was like sealed. The deal was sealed. I was like, Lupita went here. Charles OUDA went here. Mkamze Mwatela went here.
Wow.
This is it.
I'm going through this.
If I can't make it here, I can't make it anywhere. So, you know, this is it. And yeah, I made it my mission to make sure that I have to be a main character in one of St. Mary's plays, because Saints was always known for their theater and their rugby.
Yes.
Those two. And I was like, before that legacy dies down, which it kind of did, I was like, I have to be part of the years that people say, yeah, Odema ilikuwa Saints, ile Saints ilikuwa. So yeah, I did 2 musicals in Saints, one of which I was the main character. I played Sarafina. So after that, that's when now I knew for sure. Nikaanza sasa kufanya stage Alliance, Oshwall, KNT. So yeah, my career started more in theater before I moved to TV and film.
Amazing.
That's how it started.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful story. Is there, like, apart from just your teacher aku sport, maybe now you are in it, kuna mtu maybe situation, a person, a book, or apart from the tie-dye actors that really made you just want to get in the industry fully and say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life?
No, I don't think there's a specific person or scenario that made that happen. I've always enjoyed watching films and reading books and stuff like that.
Amazing.
But there was never that, you know, people have that moment for, I watched Marlon Brando and I said that. No, I've never had had that
That's me
moment.
one day. That's me one day.
Acting for me was therapeutic.
Uh-huh.
Every time I got off a stage, I just felt I wanted that feeling to last forever. So for me, it was always a matter of chasing that high.
Now from stage to film.
Yeah.
How did that transition?
So it was stage to TV, then to film.
Amazing.
2018, like you said. That's a funny story.
I want to hear it.
I'm chilling. Nimechilled kwa keja.
Yeah.
I'm used to doing theater gigs. I get a text from my friend, Charles OUDA. He's like, yo, there's this show, a pal of mine is starting a show. You have to audition. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not ready for TV. And he's like, you'll never be ready. You have to do it now. Nikalengeo story. 2 days later, he sends me a screenshot of a Facebook post that has been written by Jennifer Gatero. And it says, looking for actors and actresses, blah, blah, 25 plus. Da. So, Jumi niko na uoga. Kitu ya kwanza nikamshoni. In fact, they're looking for 25 plus. I can't. I don't qualify. He says, who will know? You go and act. Stop whatever many stories. Nikadili-dali. I was looking for all sorts of excuses. Siku ya audition nikafika. In the morning, he texts again. I hope you're going for that audition. I hope you're ready. I hope you're prepared. Nah. I'm like, nah, I'm not going. This man is like, there's no excuse you're going to give me. You're going. Wow. He sent me cab fare from New York. He's like, you're going for that audition.
What? But that time he was in New York, right?
But that time he was in New York, yeah.
Wow. I'm
like, dude, seriously? You're sending me money across the ocean? He's like, yeah, you're going. So I'm like, fine. So I go. And then I had there's something beautiful about being raw and green in terms of acting and filmmaking because you carry this energy and aura of fearlessness, right? You have nothing to lose. If they say no, it's not like I've done this before anyway. So, you know, like yeah, and there's something beautiful about that because you carry there's a fierceness behind it that is unmatched. So I went in knowing, acha ni dress up nikana ka 25 plus. Atajuaje. And I'll never forget, I wore blue jeans, military green, olive, jungle green tank top, and I had blonde braids, and I wore them in a bun. And I went...
Ready for the auditions. Ready for the audition.
Nimechapa ka cleavage pale. I'm like, I must look 25 plus. So I go, it was an open audition. I do the open audition. As I'm doing this open audition, macho zangu zili lock na boy flani. Batatu kubonga.
Mgani yoyo? Ako industry?
Ako industry.
Nani?
Si, nakushow. Niko pale kwa audition, metembea. As I'm just about to enter the room, across the room, this dude is walking out. Kwa hivi chest iko nje. And then our eyes locked as he was walking. We never exchanged words. Nothing. There was a look. Wow. I enter my audition, I do my thing. Jennifer is like, cool, we'll get back to you. Thank you. Finish, I go home. Kidogo, call back. Come on this and this day, sawa. I go for the call back. Who do I find? Ule boy Tuli.
Lock eyes.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Cool. So you guys need to pair up. Your audition mnafanya as a pair. Sawa. Tumepewa sides. Sides zenye tumepewa, the audition scene is the couple fighting, and then making up at the end of the fight, and then kissing at the end of the fight. So kijana ananiuliza, okay, how are you feeling? Are you comfortable with the kiss? Or should we do the scene without the kiss?
I like when you unasema huyu kijana.
Hey! Are you comfortable? Should we do it without? Nini. Nikamwambia, if we're going to bag this show and this role, already I can see the people who have been paired, and I'm trying to get this job, and I'm sure you are as well.
Yeah.
We are doing that kiss.
And like, you're still agreeing.
But you see, that's what I'm telling you. It was me. It's almost like an adrenaline, like unajaribu kujiprove.
Yeah.
And I remember at the time there were even some chicks who were like, yeah, I can't do that, I'm not comfortable, which is really okay.
Yeah.
But me, I was out to prove a point. So me, when he asked me, I was like, yeah, me, I'm comfortable. Yeah, you comfortable? And he's like, if you are, I am. Nini. We rehearse the scene. Everything is good. We enter the room. We do the scene. We end it with the kiss. It was beautiful.
Wow.
Jennifer and her producer and the production manager are like, yes. That is how I ended up meeting Emmanuel Mugo. And that is how Emmanuel Mugo became my first TV boyfriend.
Wow.
Yes. Do you nasema kijana tuliloka?
That's
how I got into TV.
I watched it back then, and the show was amazing. I was hoping for Jennifer to give us another season.
So did we. That show was beautiful.
Yeah, I really wanted her to give us another season. And she started off something because most of the time back then, hatukuwa na embrace web series. I think back then it was that, and then there was another show, and then hatukuwa na embrace online stuff.
Yeah.
But
I actually think This Is Life was like one of the first.
It was. And someone who shared it to me is someone who is not in the industry. It's someone, she had seen it somewhere, she had watched it, and she told me, you have to pay and watch this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are you so... But it was worth it. So after This Is Life, what came next and next until where you are now? You've been on Salem for more than 500 episodes. Yeah. You've been in people's homes more than some of them.
Imagine.
So up to now, what came next, and up to where you are now? Because it's always a journey.
Yeah, I think after This Is Life, I realized, okay, I can actually do this. So now I was doing both theater and TV. A while after This Is Life, nikapata feature role kwa My Two Wives.
Yes.
Edipita in Wakio.
Yes.
And then did a feature role for a few episodes. A while after that, nikapata My Empress. Did a feature role for that, which was pretty fun. I think that was the first time I was on screen with Nyokafi. He's one of my very good best friends. Yeah, so feature roles started coming here and there, and then the short films started coming.
Yes, you've done quite a number.
Oh wow, yeah, I've done a lot. I think there's a year I did. Kuna mwaka nilifanya over 15 short films.
Wow.
And I think that's where I got the title
Queen of Shots. And most of them went into festivals, and you were winning.
Yes.
How did that shape your career? How did it? Like, what are some of these projects that you ulifanya, and then things just started turning around for you? Honestly,
I think I would attribute a lot of my career success to short films. I did a short film with Kiwo. Shout out to you. Checkmate.
Yes.
Yeah, I did Checkmate with Kiwo, it was beautiful. Just there's a thing I want to do. Kiwo is a very chill guy. When he calls you, Akipigia anaitanga mamake.
Si tunamuita babake.
Babake. Wasemaje? Niko na kazi, role yako. Yeah. Say less, send me the script. We did checkmates. During COVID, I did a short film called Frontliner, where I play a nurse who has kind of been caught in the middle of the crisis. And she has a kid, so she's trying to keep her kid safe, but also she has to deal with patients. She ends up getting COVID as well. It's a beautiful short film.
Yeah.
Wow,
You've done a lot. You've done a lot. When I look at you,
Sungura.
there was Sungura, there was Napunyi. There's quite a number of short films that you've done.
Napunyi was pretty special. One of my favorite memories from Napunyi was we shoot karaoke. And the scenes we shot in the ring, I shot in the actual ring.
Wow.
That Robert fought in at the Olympics. The actual boxing ring. I know for many people that might not be like...
Might not be a thing to them.
The smallest things are what tug at our heartstrings.
Yes.
So for me, just being on that mat in that ring is like, I know it sounds weird, but you feel his presence and the presence of what that boxing ring holds. Anyway, yeah, it sounds a bit insane, but yeah.
It's the small things in the industry that keep us going, that keep us attached to the industry.
Sungura.
Yes.
I shot Sungura on a broken leg.
Oh, what had happened?
So, iyo mwaka ya COVID, I broke my leg on Jamhuri Day. And the thing about Sungura had been in development for over 2 years. We were meant to shoot it way before COVID. And then it was postponed. By the time it was being postponed, COVID happens. COVID happens, we have to postpone it again. By the time COVID was ending, the plan was to shoot it in Jan. And it was locked, end of Jan. So December, mtoto wenyewe mimi nimeenda sherehe. Story for another day, but I broke my leg.
Sherehe ndio ilivunja mguu.
I break my... Wacha hizo bana.
Okay.
So I break my leg, and then the first thing that came to my mind was, that's it. My career is over. I can't walk. That's it, I'm done. So I start calling my director, and I'm like, oh, I've broken my leg, and I'm panicking. And I remember, so I went through surgery, and there was a whole bunch of things.
It was that bad?
Yeah, nakungata na chuma kwa mguu.
Sherehe ni mbaya.
Sherehe ni mbaya. So, I remember going for my first physio session, which was literally the day after my surgery. And I'm bawling my eyes out, and my physiotherapist was like, why are you crying? And I'm like, I had this job I was supposed to do, and I can't do it because I'm broken, literally. And I really wanted to do it. I've been prepping for it. Your script, I had held that script in my hand for 2 years. So I knew that character. I already knew how I wanted her to look. I already knew I wanted her to wear 6-inch heels. I already knew I wanted her to have a certain look for makeup and hair. So I'm like, Bas, she can't wear heels. She can't. And my physiotherapist was like, when are you supposed to shoot it? And I'm like, end of Jan, natuko tunaelekea 14th, 15th of deck. There's no way. She's like, by that time you can shoot. Just tell your director, you'll shoot. Wacha kuachilia kazi juu ya kuumia. So I call my director, Lydia, shout out to you. And I'm like, yo, I don't know if I can do this role anymore. Nimevunjika, nini. She's like, I'm so sorry. Do you think we should get someone else? I'm like, yeah. I'm going to give up. So she's like, send me names of people who you think
could replace you.
Can replace you. So I'm like, cool. I'm thinking up names nini. Ipa nyingine nishapashwa na physiotherapist wangu. I sat and thought about it.
You need rest.
So I sit and think about it overnight. And I'm like, actually, yeah, I don't think I want to let go. I call Lydia and I tell her, yo, me, I know what I said yesterday, but I don't think I can let go of this role. I'm too invested.
Yes, 2 years.
It's been 2 years I've been waiting for this. I'm too invested. I don't know how this is going to work, but I'd love for it to work. And then she tells me, give me the day to talk to my DOP. I'll get back to you. She calls me back less than a day later. She's like, okay, I'll talk to the DOP. It's cool. We'll figure out. DOP ni nani? Victor Mbogo. Shout out to you. Do you know, Lodeki, that moment of when you have a light bulb catharsis moment of kama producer nakutaka.
That's it.
It doesn't matter if you're sick.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if you're broken.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're not available today. We'll wait for you to be available.
For the story, yes.
If they want you, they will move mountains.
Yes.
And me, Lydia, has been the embodiment of that for me in my career, because she could have easily been like, you've changed my entire
schedule and everything.
Not just schedule, even how I was planning on shooting. Because now what had to happen was, her and Vicky had to find a way to shoot me from chini ya magoti kupanda.
Kupanda juu.
Yeah.
And that's why the DOP was even...
So me, when I got that call, it was less than a minute. She's like, yeah, it's cool. I talked to Victor. He said it's fine. We'll figure out a way around it. And that woman repurposed her shoot around me.
Wow.
She figured out a way for me to be picked from home to set and back. Tulikuwa tuna shoot kwa apartment fulani. Nilikuwa nafika set, napata nimengojewa pale down. Nibebwe.
And everyone was kind on you, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nafika set napata kuna kiti, it's just for me. Wakicall cat AD. AD was called Ivy. Wakini Auudi pale. And I remember even when you watch like footage of the whatever, of the behind the scenes. I was wearing a platform sneaker on my good leg because I didn't have a cast on my whatever. So ipande ingine nilikuwa na tiptoe. Alafu hapa niko na kiatu iko na kahil kiasi. So there's even a shot that we couldn't cheat. Like we tried to cheat, like a kata. And I had to walk from like here to where you are. How it happened, I don't know. But hizo steps nilizitembea. And on camera, you cannot tell that I couldn't walk. At some point, I met the editor a few days later, a few months later, and she looks at me and she's like, she's called Frankie. Frankie looks at me and she's like, you can walk. I'm looking at you on edit and I'm like, and after watching the final product, I was like, where's yata jua siwezi tembea? There are scenes of me dancing on my 2 feet. There are scenes of me. And I was like, yeah, the beauty of cinema. Could cheat.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, for me, that was my SI unit of how I want a producer to treat me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Looking just generally in the industry, now we're here. You as an actor, and you've done a lot. You know, if the audience could see me, Ndani, I'm so excited sitting with you here because you've won, even this Sungura has won a couple of awards.
Yep.
And it shows that when you're given a role to do it, you go into it and you bust yourself out and you make sure this role, like as the director wants it, it comes out.
Yeah.
What are some of your major challenges you've been experiencing throughout the journey from when you began, throughout the journey as you go, as you go, as you go, as you go?
One of my biggest challenges is knowing how to not sell myself, but how to sell my package. Like knowing knowing that aya nimepanda level flani, so rate yangu pia inafaa kupanda level pia. Yeah. For example, to date, which is so sad. Aside from Salem, and I only say aside from Salem because the structure of Salem is kind of like an employer and an employee. It's like a 9 to 5, so to speak, for non-filmmakers to understand. Unalipwa ka employee. So you're paid a salary.
Salary?
Yes, you're paid a salary. Okay. Because you're on set Monday to Saturday or Monday to Friday.
Not per episode?
Not per episode.
Okay.
You paid a salary.
How many episodes were you guys making in a month?
Roughly 25 to 28. Roughly. Because roughly in a day you should be shooting an episode. For you to keep up with deliverables. Roughly. So, what was I saying? Yes. The thing that's a bit sad for me is aside from Salem, which was a salaried gig, This Is Life, which was my first TV gig, paid me more than I've been paid to date. That was 2018. That's one of the challenges.
Adjusting your rate.
Adjusting your rate.
Because it should be vice versa. Because in 2018 is when you had just gotten your first major gig. How are you navigating that, or how are you approaching that?
It's hard. It is hard. Yeah, that's one of the challenges. Constantly trying to find work and dealing with. I like how Kenyans always say, unani tumemwona sana. Akunanga new faces, akunanga. And sometimes I read those things and I'm like, okay, mnasema mmeona kina Brenda, kina Sarah, kina nani sana. That's their job.
That's what they do.
So mnataka wafanye.
How many movies Tom Cruise ameappear? How many movies Samuel Jackson ameappear? How many movies Ramsino from Nigeria ameappear? How many?
Have you asked yourself why they're always in those shows? It is because they're bankable actors.
Yes, they are. And that's what any producer will want.
Exactly. They want a bankable actor. So that's also a challenge because now you're also competing with, and that's happened to me quite a number of times. I've lost out on gigs, not because I wasn't good, but because the feedback is, producer anasema umeonekana sana, hapa na hapa na hapa. It's like, okay. Another challenge. The minute you win an award, unajua umekuwa award winning. Sijui kama tunaweza kuafford.
By now, how many awards do you have, Auudi?
What?
Because I know there's quite a number.
I won't lie to you, I don't count.
Guys.
I don't count because then it keeps my mind on the accolades, which I don't like. But there's been a couple. Both as an ensemble and individual.
Yes.
Yeah, there's been a couple.
When I grow up, I want to be like you. I want to win awards so that I don't remember.
Stop it.
In the beginning, when I was joining this industry, I joined as an actor. And then I didn't like, I grew so much love being behind the camera, funny thing. But with time, tried my leg into creating, producing. Okay. I wanted awards so bad. I know what you mean. So bad. Because I thought when you have an award, your value goes up.
Which is how it should be.
And when value goes up, it should reflect in the banks.
That's what you'd think. Actually, I can't remember who we were having the conversation with. And I remember during the last Kalasha period, na nakumbuka have convo with a bunch of creatives, tukisema, I enjoy getting the nominations. I fear getting the wins. Let me say that again. I enjoy getting the nominations. I fear getting the wins because you get the win and there's this whole perception that just blows up. Where hatukuwa sure utakuwa available. Where hatukuwa sure bei itanini. Where you didn't ask.
Do you have shows?
I'm in my house, suffering, jobless. You assumed for me that I did not. I made my career off of doing pro bono short films. 3/4 of all those films that made me the queen of shorts, 3/4 of them weren't paying me. It was my friends who were like, I have an nini, I think you're a dope actor, let's shoot. And I was up for it because I was like, I'm trying to build my portfolio and my resume.
Yes.
That is what made me end up getting these much bigger roles.
Are you scared for tomorrow in this industry?
Yes. I'm scared for yesterday and today. You're asking about tomorrow. I am because another challenge, since on the topic of challenges, is also when you're a kichwa ngumu like me, the narrative becomes she's difficult, she's rude.
Define kichwa ngumu.
May I fight for my rights? Okay?
You know your worth.
I know my worth.
Amazing.
We can argue about, argue might be the wrong word. We can discuss my reimbursement and how much you're going to pay me. But we are not going to discuss how I'm getting to your set and how I'm getting home. We are not going to discuss if I am eating decent, proper food on your set. We are not going to discuss the resting areas and washrooms and areas, downtime areas when people are not shooting. Why? Those should not be areas of discussion. Let us discuss that bei yangu ufiki, so tupate compromise. That is what difficult is. And because of my tone, it comes off to people rude, mean, again, difficult
to deal with.
Yeah, but you see, I cannot account for how you feel or how you take what I say. I can only account for what I say. How you take it is really a you problem, right? And the thing is, when the truth is dangerous, it is unsafe to speak it.
Okay.
Let me say that again.
Okay.
When the truth
is dangerous,
it is unsafe to speak it. Mimi nimeitwa kichwa mbaya huku nje. And I just ask people, okay, but mimi ni kichwa mbaya mbona haswa? Because I told you you cannot treat me the way you want to treat me. If you ask around the sets I've been on, a lot of people will tell you, uyo ni cheesy, uyo ni whatever, uyo ni... But if you ask them, yo chelewa job, yo kuja set bila lines, yo tukana watu set.
But then today I'm embarrassed because you came on this set before me. We agreed on a time. Na ulikuja mbele yangu moja and I'm the host. Wow.
And I remember listening, kuna interview nilikuwa nasikiza juzi. And it was eye-opening for me because I learned a lot about myself and my personality. Amanda Seals did an interview with Shannon on Club Shay Shay. And a lot of what she was saying just was making sense to me. But there's something she said and she was like, if you're going to be labeled difficult, at least make sure that your discipline is in check, so that they don't have reason to hold stuff against you. Right? Lodeki mimi hakuna mtu mwenye anasema Udem anakujanga bila lines, Udem anaongeleshanga watu vibaya kwa set, Udem anakujanga saa ile anataka. Na
you are disciplined.
Mtu akisema nimechelewa set, ni kwa sababu either emergency ili happen, ama niliona call sheet yako na najua hii saa utanifikia.
Yeah.
I'm not coming to your set to sit and chill doing nothing, waiting. There's a reason we have a call sheet. Use it.
I look at your filmography and what you've been able to accomplish. When most of guys look at you, you appear to them to be, of which you are young, energetic, like the future should be so bright for you in terms of getting roles and keep on working, because within this time your filmography it's huge. It should speak volume, especially to the casting directors, producers who are working with you. When you look at this filmography, or you go somewhere and you hear someone say, guys, I give to you Auudi Rowa, she's done this, she's done this, she's done this, she's done this. And then when you are alone, you reflect on that. What comes into your mind?
That's a good question. Nasemanga, sometimes I wish I could see myself from other people's eyes. Because for me all I see is unja vile iceberg ukua. You only see the top.
Yes, you
don't see the bottom.
Yes.
I feel like for me, mimi ndo naonanga the top. Watu wengine ndo wanaonanga
the bottom.
The bottom.
And I'm among those people.
Yes. I don't think I see, and that's something I am working on, right? And don't get me wrong, I know I'm brilliant. I just don't feel as brilliant as often as I should. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I told you I'm really interested in your story. These roles that you've done, and they have gotten you to sets where you get to see these challenges come in. And do you think managers are the best option to go? Like someone to speak on your behalf? Does it work?
Yes.
Or in our industry,
I want to say yes and no. I don't think we are at a place industry-wise where we need managers. Personal opinion. Msiniwe. Personal opinion. I don't think.
Because maybe when I come in, ndio hizi stories negotiate rate. They should come in and then they'll ask, so my talent is coming, I want to see. There are some, if you watch even in upcoming industries, managers, they will come, they have talent marshals. Talent marshals, they'll come on set, they visit all the sets, they know, okay, my talent will be sleeping here, this is the washroom they'll be using, these are the caterers, this is where the food will come in.
I mean, towards that respect, yes, I would love someone to speak on my behalf, you know, especially when it comes to the money discussions, because I feel like because we are empaths, and that's what makes us brilliant at our work. Unafikanga kwa meza ya pesa, unasahau biz, unarudi back into that empath whatever. So producer akikwambia hatuna, unafikiri manze, see, this is my passion.
Yeah.
Wala tu nikubalikanya na nini. So in that respect, I do think you need someone to speak on your behalf and what have you. But I think I have an issue with, aside from you speaking for me and on my behalf, what more am I gaining from this? Because what I know about having a manager and a team goes beyond speaking on your behalf.
Yes,
and the reason
yes,
I say
yes,
this is because a lot of my friends currently who I know have managers, half the time, if not 3/4 of the time, you're still seeking out jobs yourself.
Ah, okay.
No manager bado anakula cut. So tunadu.
Mnawak.
Why am I looking for jobs and you still have to kula that cut?
So I think maybe...
If you're my manager, shouldn't... Si pia unafaa kuniletea mawera?
Yeah. Why
unafaa kuzitafuta? Exactly.
You should be out there looking for auditions, looking for gigs.
You're the one working for me.
Yes.
Not the other way around. So I have a bit of an issue with that. I feel like saizi ni... Guy, akimsiniwe. Me, I feel like right now that is... It's a trend to have a manager. It's trendy to have a manager. I'm not willing to lose a certain percentage of my money to someone who is not constantly and consistently bringing me jobs. Exactly.
Yes.
Ludeki, a manager is meant to bring me a list of jobs. Aniambie, Langiri ana kasti, Lorela ana kasti, Isaiah ana kasti. Kuna hii na hii na hii. Hizi zinaka the up your alley. Easy, not so much, but production house ni poa, nini nini.
Unazaenda.
Choose. Ama enda zote, tuchague baadaye pamoja. But half the time, I'm the one coming to you as my manager, telling you, oh, Lodeki, by the way, I got this offer.
What do you think?
What do you think?
So currently in trend.
That's what I think.
How are you planning to move from this, 'cause I will call it a situation. Like everyone saying you're difficult to deal with, everyone looking at you and anaona, she's a star, she has won a couple of awards.
Yeah.
Huyo simuiti. Because I'm sure you umeenda scenarios where umeenda into a room, kuna project inakam, and you know this project can pay, and you've asked for it, ukasema, I want this amount X, and they told you no. How are you planning to move from this? Because we want to see you on TV more and more, but how do we keep you on TV?
Honestly, my work speaks for itself.
It does.
Honestly, the casting directors who I've just mentioned, they know my work and they call me for work. I have a very good relation. Mtuka Isaiah ananiambianga, mimi kuna makazi siwezi kuitia. Juu ni aibu. Na kuita kuja kufanya episode moja, why? Ama role a few minutes na I'll call you knowing it's a long whatever. So it is, even with all the perception or whatever it is, they know my work and how I do it and my ethic and everything in between. I'll give you an example. During Salem, Salem had a lot of changes in terms of characters. We would start the show with a particular character. At some point, ana drop off, mwingine anam replace. We pia ana drop off, tunam replace. It happens with another character and another character. And I remember someday, tukicheka. I think hata tulikuwa na Langiri, tulikuwa kwa theater before the theater was closed. And yeah, we're just artists, we're chilling, we're chapping stories, talking about Salem and upcoming shows. This was just before season 2 started. And tukacheka, and then someone tells me, hey, Auudi, na umeshikilia? I'm like,
Nimeshikilia nini?
Nimeshikilia nini? Ati, unajua after nani atoke show na nani pia atoke show, mi walai nilikuwa najua wendo utakuwa the second person kutoka kwa hiyo show, ama the third.
Mbona ulika?
I'm shocked umeshikilia. And I'm like, okay. Are you shocked because you know my personality? Or are you shocked because you genuinely didn't think I was gonna finish? Or what is it? Anyway, whatever it is, I finish everything I start.
Which is a good thing.
That should be enough for you to know the kind of filmmaker that I am, right? Because I mean, people heard stories. about what that set was like.
Yeah.
As people were dropping off
there.
and joining and dropping off and joining, people know the stories.
Yes. And it's in the public.
And I lived
media
it.
and stuff.
Yeah. And even the stories you guys know is a fraction. Because you guys weren't there. It's a fraction.
What was really happening on that set?
Yo.
What was happening on that set? Let's do it for the sake of the industry.
You're trying to traumatize
for the culture.
me. You're trying to
For the
traumatize
culture.
me.
For the industry.
You're trying to traumatize
Nini ilikuwa ina happen?
Wataka ni blacklistiwe.
Hawezi blacklistiwa Audi. Ka we ni big time, we ni big time. You'll get roles. Hawezi blacklistiwa.
Okay, I will, to summarize it in a short way, I think that production had one of the most brilliant cast lists in this country in terms of star power.
Yes.
And I don't think they were equipped to deal with that star power. To summarize it in short, you cannot have the likes of Mumbi Maina and Melvin Alusa and them on your set and expect it to run like a Juakali set. It can't work. You cannot contract me as a supporting character, yet on the script I'm written like a main character.
Oh, okay.
But my salary
It's for a supporting
says
character.
a supporting. The position of my name on the credit list is for a supporting. But everywhere your main is, I'm there. And also my pocket isn't reflecting that. And then also how you're treating me kwa ground is like, and then you cannot want stars on your show and you're not treating them accordingly. You're not going to get what you need. We are vain. We are empaths, but also really, really vain. That's what makes us good actors. You have to know how to work and play into that vanity. Na ukiona actor ameenda, nijua amechoka. Because how many times do we die for this craft? Hence the word passion. That set was just hard.
But
draining.
Were there any steps actors walikuwa wanachukua stars like address the issues that happen on set?
Yeah, we would try, but pia Lodeki wewe unajua vile actors wa Kenya ukua. Kuongea tunaongeanga. Lodeki tunaenda kuambia producer ajidishi. Tunaenda kumwambia sifanye hivi atukuje kazi kesho. Sawa? Na tusipate hiyo response. Kesho mtu asikuje set. Kila mtu abaki home. Kesho wewe pekee ndio uko home.
Wow.
Na jana mlidiscuss vizuri. Kesho wewe pekee ndio uko home. Na juu wewe pekee ndio ulikuwa home. Unapigiwa tu simu unaambiwa endelea kubaki home.
Recently kulikuwa na strike ya scriptwriters maju. And I was looking at it nikajiuliza, when these guys go on strike, they're making the industry better. Okay? Hapa as creatives, I think we should learn from them something. We are not striking because we don't like the job. We are striking because we want better treatment. We want our voices to be heard. For how long do you think we are going to be in this situation?
A while.
Do you want still to be, unataka kuendelea na hii craft?
Sioni. It's funny you asked that because I've been marinating in those feelings for a while. Since Salem ended. Sioni.
Because the next project maybe you'll get watasema huyo kwanza alikuwa kwa show fulani ilikuwa ina run sana. Tutamu-afford kweli.
Can we afford you? Na labda hata kenye wanataka kunilipa ni more than kenye walikuwa wananilipa. But usha assume. Usha assume.
What should we do as actors? What do you think should be done? Because this is what is ailing the industry. And for us, when we started this show, we wanted to create a safe space where we actors, especially our film, that's what utapata most of the time, not most of the time, all the guests una have, producer, actors, everyone who is working in the industry. The same music artists who na shows are where they come on air, their issues, they talk. And the same thing with Sema. Let's start this show so that as much as you'll come here, Auudi, and say, you've won these awards, you have these awards, so that the audience get to know you more. We also want to create a safe space where actors can come and we can talk. Natuone, what's next for us as an industry? Because today, if I have a kid, na niambie, Dad, I want to be an actor, I should be in a position to guide him and mwambie, okay, this is what to do. This is what I should be proud if the industry is doing good. And we who are in the industry now should stand up and say, this is what I think should be done. As Auudi, what do you think should be done?
I mean, talks have been happening for years, which is a good thing. But now they need to be implemented, right? We need policies. You can't go anywhere without policies. We just need policies and laws that are stamped. That say, Lodeki as a filmmaker, the minimum he can be paid is this, and it is the law.
Are you in any guild? Actors guild? Guild?
Yes, but no. I'll give you an example.
I love how she says yes, but no.
I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Kenya Actors Guild. Walitoanga rate card 20... Your rate card, I think, near 21, 22, ama 2021. One of those years. A very nicely laid out rate card for international film, local film, TV, and theater.
Muliangalia mkafurahia.
It's a beautiful rate card.
Yeah.
Tuko 2024. Na zile rates ziko kwa hiyo rate card ya 2021, bado watu hawafiki hizo bei. Na hizo bei wameandika hapo vizuri sana, minimum. Na hata hizo bei bado hawafiki leo.
So maybe industry by na grow Auudi.
Tuta grow hadi am 50 ama.
Bado tuna grow.
Our friends have come, given their blood, sweat, tears, and died waiting for it to grow. Till when?
Moving through this industry, mental wellness is something we are battling with as creatives. Kuna mahali industry imekufikisha in terms of mental beatdown?
Ai. Sio madness ndio inafanya tukue brilliant ama.
Si ni ndazimu.
Sio ndazimu ndio inafanya, ndio inaleta the sauce. Or so they say. What was the question?
The word is depression. Some
depression,
creatives,
anxiety.
Yeah, depression, anxiety, and una feel like mimi manze, I'm not doing this thing. Like maybe it's your time, maybe you concert, and you're like, no, for me, Lodeki, this is the end. I'm not doing this anymore. And then you get into it kabisa.
Mimi nimekuit mara mob. Nashindanga nimekuit.
And depression, have you been depression in your industry?
Yeah.
Nini likusukuma hadi?
I think I might be depressed right now. I think I might be depressed right now, yeah.
Apart from...
Depressed people don't look sad all the time, guys.
Yes.
You can look like this and be depressed. Yeah.
what is nini nakupush kwa hiyo corner of depression apart from let's say the payments and everything, because I know Salem imeisha and unless if there's anything you've been into that is coming up on screen, nothing.
I mean, I've been doing short films, but what puts you in that corner? The uncertainty of everything. And the hope. Like that thing you're saying about industry ina grow. Ni sawa nakubali. I totally agree with you. But that hope, iyo hope, ndo inatuanga sana sana. Iyo hope. It's like till when?
Let's wait and hope.
I'm supposed to hope till when? Unaitiwa kazi, unalipwa 2 bob, unaambiwa don't worry, on the next one. Takufikishia. The next one you fika. Ndao sisi, hapana, unajua ile nyingine hata haikufanya poa hivyo sana. So tunajaribu ku make do yetu na hii.
Someone who's not in this industry anaona akiwatchinda hii interview ataona Auudi anaongea facts, but mbona fulani bado ako on TV, mbona fulani bado anaendelea, mbona fulani bado
I know, I sound like a pessimist. I know. There are people who have figured out the balance. There are people who have figured out the balance, and I think that's the reason why a lot of us now are creating our own stuff, because a lot of us now are learning that the only way to keep that bread multiplying itself is to make your own stuff. Because if you're doing it just as an actor or just as a crew member, ni pesa ya one off. Unalipo na story inaisha. Na mwenye amekuita ndo anashinda akikulia hiyo project. So that's why we're creating our own stuff now. But also there are actors and artists who have actually figured out how to merge their art and the business. There are actors who are always working.
Working actors.
Working actors.
Why are you not among them?
As they're called. I mean, as of a few months ago I was. As of a few months ago I was.
But I think if
I mean, I do consider myself a working actor. I think I'm just intentionally on a rest period right now. Yeah. But in like a month, I'm like fully back, full force. But I just needed, nilikuwa nahitaji kutoa hiyo role pia kwa system. Juu pia kucheza one person for that long. Yeah.
There is an actor who's watching now and they're wondering, how do you, let's talk about your creative process. How now you have the script, how do you go through your creative process, go through a role, finish it, and then now the role? Let's start from creative process. How do you do it? Now you just got a script.
So I'll use Salem because it was the most recent one. So first of all, you get the script. This is now assuming you've already gotten the role.
Yes.
First of all, remember, because it's TV, you're not shooting in sequence, right? Today you will shoot scenes from episode 1 to 6. And so you need to know your storyline. Otherwise, uta act emotion flani yenye haishikani na kitili happened before. So knowing your story is very important. Finding a language for your character. And by that I mean our scripts are in English. You know, there are people who find this out and they look at me like, what? Those scripts come to us in English. So everything you see on screen, kuna character mwenye Kiswahili yake ni more coastal, kuna mwenye it's a bit more sanifu. Yangu ilikuwa sheng.
Ulikuwa ule mdem.
Nilikuwa ule dem. Kwa manzi mathongo mbaya. But yeah, you like, so finding a language for my character, finding a physicality for her as well. One of the things that really helps me as an actor, aside from knowing my script properly, nikivanga costume na makeup, it's like a switch. Once I see myself in what that girl is supposed to be in, now I kind of get, okay, now this is what I want. So yeah, I remember for Samantha, I really structured a lot of her around. I listened to a lot of Wakadinali.
Rongrende.
Nilisikiza Wakadinali na Brooklyn Boys. Sana. For that character. And also just hanging around people who are very comfortable in their sheng. And for me, it was very intentional because I remember when I got the role for Samantha, I only had 2 intentions. And it's the only reason why I think I survived the 2 years, even with everything that was happening. I was very intentional about showing people that I can do a long show. And showing people that I can morph into anything. Because before Salem happened, I was constantly getting the slay queen, the side chick, those ones. Izo nazichezanga in my sleep. So when this was happening, I was like, yeah, I want to show people I can speak Sheng, I can look like a tomboy, I can.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of music was very hip-hop, was very rough type of music. My dressing changed. I remember joking with someone the other day saying how after a few months into Salem, even how I was texting changed. Like, even the way I speak. I speak a lot of English. But nilikuwa najipata, I speak English, alafu najipata nimeanza kuongea Kiswahili na Sheng.
Switch to Rongrende.
Na text English, najipata nime... So yeah, being in the moment as well is a big part of my creative process. Taking what my fellow actor is giving me, because acting is teamwork. You can't be a brilliant actor by yourself. You have to, it's a give and take. Otherwise, ni words to exchange. So that's a big part of it as well. And not judging the character. Not judging the character is a very big part of it. I find a lot of the time when an actor judges the character they're playing beforehand, it affects how they play the character. Yeah. If you're playing a lady of the night, or a gangster, or a wife beater, or whatever it is, you need to take yourself out of it. And it's weird because you have to take yourself out of it, but at the same time, leave aspects of you that you can find a parallel with this character. Yeah, so for me, it was just digging back into my days of growing up in Islando. Because I really wanted people to see a character that they can relate to.
Yes, yes,
right?
Yes. Ulenda some of these Islands places?
Uko ni mtaa. Uko, I don't have to go at Juna visit for a role. Uko ni mtaa. I can go anytime. I grew up there. I have friends who live there. So yeah, just do my thing. But yeah, I wanted a character that was likable, but also at some point you don't like her. At some point you're not sure if you like her or not. For me, that was a huge part of it. And the way her story arc was written was really nice. Nilikuwa nataka, unajua vile mademu wa mtaa wale wa rough ndo dress the best.
Yeah.
Ndio kuwa na the most good looking boyfriends. Ndio utoa do places hazi make sense, but wanakuanga na do. But bado hawataki kumove out of ghetto.
Yeah.
Ushapatana na watu kao?
Yeah, we.
Si ati hawana pesa.
Iko.
Wako comfortable kuishi mtaa. I wanted to depict that. And I think I did.
Wow. Now you're working on derolling.
Now I'm working on derolling.
How are you doing it?
Which is kicking my butt.
How are you doing
kicking my butt. Because you see, the thing about acting that a lot of people that are not in our industry may not understand is that your physiology doesn't know the difference between you faking and you not faking. Mwili yako haijui difference. So when I'm dealing with guns on set every other day, if not every day. Guns are ukweli, by the way. We don't use toy guns.
Real thing.
Yeah, there's something that happens to you. Physiologically, psychologically, emotionally, the heaviness of that item puts things into perspective. The things you're saying, how you're saying them, I remember for a period, and even during Salem, because I can comfortably say after 4 to 6 months, your character iko hapa. You've played her every day, you know her mood swings.
You became her.
You know, and finding that, and it's that thing for ukitoka set unataka kurudisha Auudi. Sawa unataka kurudisha Auudi, but also the period between you leaving set, going home, and then coming back on set the next day, it's very short. It's a very short period of time. Yeah. So you're derolling for what? A few hours, and then you're back to it again and again. I know at some point I became mean. And not because I want to be mean to you. It's just...
It's the role.
Mi na Samantha tuko hivi. And there are parts of Auudi, like the thing I was saying about parallels. You have to find something Auudi can relate to her and vice versa. The bluntness, the no-nonsense, the whatnot. Those were traits that kind of became amplified in me because of playing her. And I will say one of the things I thank her most, like I'm talking about her like she wasn't me.
No, it's Samantha.
Yeah. One of the things I love most about her that she taught me was just to not take BS. Samantha was always like this. Like, it's either, to her it was very simple. It's either what you're saying to her makes sense or it doesn't.
And that's what happens in ghetto, by the way. Na hiyo ndio inafanyanga mademo na survive.
Exactly.
I think, like, they get into life like, this is it. When they get a chance, this is it.
1 + 1 ni 2.
Ni 2.
See 11.
That's how it happens.
Yeah. So for that, I'll thank her because my way of dealing with adversity and situations and things like that really changed. But also, with derolling, I'm trying to get back Audi's soft side, which I lost.
Nafuende vacation side.
Manze, vacation ya kama mwezi.
Yeah. Vacation.
A few days is
udirol, umalize.
But yeah, I mean, I love...
Wache Samantha huko.
Man. And it's funny because my fans who have only known me from Salem, because I have a very distinct fan base. Kuna wenye wamenijua from This Is Life all the way. Then kuna wenye wamenidiscover Salem. When those people hear me speak English, they're like, when you Barbie, when you punk, like, yeah, I'm just good at my job. But I pride myself in that because it means I did what I needed to do in the role. But yeah, derolling is scary. I've never needed to... I've never been in a position where I need to derol this hard because I've never been in a project that long. So najaribu ku get rid of hii ugumu. Niko na ugumu fulani.
Itatoka.
Hiyo character
life itakusoften.
Hiyo character ilinipatia kanini fulani nahitaji but pia ilinisaidia.
So let's talk about moving on. What's the next chapter in terms of like what's next for Auudi? What's next for her?
Well, for the first time in a long time, I can comfortably and confidently say, I don't know. I don't know, Dodeki. I'm taking it a day at a time. Right now, I'm both in a rest period and a grieving period. I am grieving the loss of a long job. I am grieving lost friends and family. Sijui nimepoteza watu wengi sana in the past. Actually, since Salem ended, which was end of January, I've lost so many people. Mpaka nauliza Mungu, rada.
Close to you.
Yeah, I'm like, rada.
How are you dealing with it? They normally say, for us actors or for us creatives, when these lights, cameras, crew, they are around us, we feel comfortable. But the moment when lights are out, cameras are out, and you go back home and it's just you and your world.
Sini kama ile nini? Sini kama hiyo feeling wanasemanga ya matanga. Sasa ile watu wamekam kuvisit, sasa ile keja imejaa.
Yeah.
You are a bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
Unachekeshwa kidogo. Sasa ile kila mtu ameenda. Kwa peke yako kwa nyumba. Ndo machozi ukam.
Situation kama hizo udilaje nazo? Like when you feel you're low, you've lost someone, you've lost a job, the future is uncertain. How do you deal with these low moments?
Sherehe.
Napenda udem. I like her.
Aluta is the name of the game, guys.
G-bag na jag.
G-bag na jag. G-bag. Napenda hiyo wimbo. Oh my God.
For real?
G-bag na jag.
How do you deal with it for real? Sherehe.
G-bag na jag. Wewe mwenyewe tu umesema. Wewe mwenyewe tu umesema sahi. I have very good friends. And a very supportive family. But also, over time, I have learned to sit in it. I'm very good at sitting in it.
Okay.
Which I think is important for many. I have a lot of friends and family that are good at escaping.
Escaping situations.
I'm not good at that.
Face it.
I'm very good at sitting in it. So maybe a bit too much. But once I come out to the other side, it's good.
Oh, no, it was worth it.
Niliwatch interview at Irath and I was just like, yeah. Yeah. When you talk about Charlie, it's sit through it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's another way.
Wow.
There's another way.
This is becoming heart to heart.
No, please, by all means. It is why we are here.
This is becoming heart to heart. But it's a good thing because some of us, we go and watch. I don't want to sound vulnerable. Okay? I don't want to sound vulnerable.
That's what someone says when they're about to sound vulnerable. But go on.
No, I don't want to sound vulnerable. And I would say it in a very funny way. No, or just last year around 12th May. Yes, 12th May, I lost my dad. Okay? And I couldn't receive the information. Sikujua vile nitazidigest when niliambiwa. So hata when niliambiwa, I was like, okay. And we are two, me and my bro. So we talked about it. Okay, I will say my bro is weak, and the eldest is weak. So I didn't know how to sit with it.
He's more vulnerable. He's not weak. He's more vulnerable than you.
He's more vulnerable. He's more vulnerable. Okay? So, I called my friend of mine, namwambia, mzae nimepigiwa simu, ameenda yuko. Hivyo tu. And then also my friend is like, oh shit. So my friend is even feeling more than I was feeling. And then, you know, we went through it, nini. So sikujua like this thing is happening until when everyone had gone. I had to Google how to deal with grief. Later on, I had to Google, check.
I get you, because I've been Googling too. So I get what you're saying.
So that's when I say, some of these podcast interviews or shows where we get vulnerable and share our stories, they're helping someone. Because you are the brave one who came out today to speak about what is happening in the industry. Okay? And you're not the only one. It's just you are the bravest who came out and say, you know what, I want to speak about this.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this. And someone is watching today. They'll say, okay, I'm going through that. But Auudi is also going through that. And she's making through.
Yep.
So we talk about it to help another one and another one and another one. What do you do around Kenya, Nairobi, when you are not on screen? Your life. Let's talk about you as your life, not you on screen.
Me as my life.
Yes.
I love traveling.
Aha.
I love traveling.
Best part in Kenya?
I just recently went to Nanyuki, which I had never been. Nikipata pesa vizuri, uko ndo nataka kuretire.
Uende huko? Kwani kuna nini Nanyuki?
I've just always been fascinated.
I was there once, but kuwa kumenyesha, so I didn't feel it.
I've just always been fascinated with Nanyuki for some reason. Visited it recently. I really liked it. Nyeri as well. I had never been. Nilienda juzi. I really liked it. Same with Embu. I just like fresh air, mamiti. Green is one of my favorite colors. So napenda kona mamiti. So yeah, traveling is one of my favorite things to do. I love spending time with my friends. I date my friends. I am in love with my friends. I actively date them.
Some people date themselves.
That too. I date myself as well. Very seriously.
You and yourself in a serious relationship.
Very serious relationship with my friends. And I think that's why I feel so strongly when... But then I don't do that many things for fun, if I'm being honest. Very few things. Traveling. I watch a lot of films, a lot of series. I do a lot of screen time.
Amazing.
I don't read much, but the stuff I read, I like reading captivating stuff. The one for hanging out with my friends is a big one because I feel like auni beba. In my good, in my bad. And that's why I feel so much when something happens to them or when whatever. So like when you were talking about your dad, which I'm very sorry, by the way.
It's okay.
I think imwaka ndio nime get a glimpse of what grief is.
Okay.
Like I've lost people before, but this year is when I was like, what? This hii ndo mnaongeleleanga. This okay, this is a whole other thing. Because yeah, I mean, losing, let's even put friendship aside, like losing someone who played an integral part in shaping your career is like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. If it wasn't for Charlie, sing and get TV. You know, can you encourage you're a great actor? He constantly instilled in me how great I was. So when that happened, I was just like, this is what that feels like.
Because when you started, you said he's the one who really pushed you to go to...
He's the reason.
He's the reason.
I got into TV and continued.
Wow. He did well. I've heard stories. Also, we interviewed Tirath. Tirath is also an amazing actor.
Yes,
He
I
was
watched that
here.
interview.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
I was insane to Tirath.
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. And he really talked highly of him. And now we are seeing his impact when he's gone.
Yeah. Me, there's nothing I can say about Charlie that people don't already know. A lot of people knew him as an actor and a filmmaker. Yeah, but all I'll say is some of us are grieving him beyond that, which is not something I expect a lot of people to understand.
Take a moment.
But yeah, some of us, it goes beyond, for some of us, it goes beyond how brilliant he was in front of a camera or behind the camera. Yeah. He really did a number on me by dying. Yo, Charlie. But yes, I attribute a lot of my career to him. And it's funny because that wouldn't even be a thought if he was still here. You know, if he was still here, it would have been, nilipatanga ile niniji ya nani. Nilipatanga ile niniji ya nani. But now when the person is gone is when you realize, wow, by the way, yendali make sure ili happen, yendali make sure ili happen. It sucks, but you know. C'est la vie, as they say in France.
He's in a good place. He's in a good place.
Yeah, I hope so, because I'd be really mad if he's not somewhere making a film.
He's in a good place. He's in a good place.
He better be somewhere with Kone and Olwenya making movies. Otherwise, naenda kuwaramba huko nikiwapata. But yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much for coming to this show.
Thank you as well.
And sharing your story.
Yes.
I always say no one can share our stories better than we can do ourselves.
Facts.
There is a young girl looking up to you. They want to join this industry.
Don't.
Now, what should you tell them?
Don't. Sinema nafanya tulie. Bila sababu. What would I tell them? Do it because you love it. Do it because there is an itch that you cannot stop itching. Not because you want to become famous. Not because you're trying to be a billionaire. Those will be the cherries on top. And the fame will come, and the money will come. But do it because you don't see yourself doing anything else when you wake up in the morning. There's a quote by Viola Davis that she gave when she won the Oscar for Fences. And when I heard her saying it in her speech, I was like, it's been stuck in my head ever since. She said, we are the only profession that celebrates what it means to live a life. And I was just like, Wow. Yeah. I've not thought about that. Only profession that celebrates what it means to live a life. So yeah, just do it because there's nothing else you can do. And also, please, usidanganywe acting ni ya watu hawajui kusoma ama wenye hawakusoma. Some of the most brilliant minds are filmmakers. If anything, I think it's the opposite. That story for parents coming to you and uncle saying, "Siingize mtoto wangu kwa hizo vitu mnafanyanga." Hizo vitu nafanyanga unajua vile ni ngumu wewe.
Yeah, I was once asked, bado mna shooting hizo vitu? Bado mna shooting hizo vitu?
Hizo vitu unaongelelea unajua vile ni ngumu wewe.
It is a hard craft.
Unaongea tu. Yeah, if anything, I think you need to be super smart to do it, not the opposite. So, study, become the best at it, and just do it because you have an urge that just can't be shaken off. The rest will come as icing and cherries, Salt Bay. Yeah.
And you will deal with it when it comes.
Yeah, and then also take it a day at a time. For parents who are watching and your kid is into this kind of stuff, I'll give you the advice what I saw my parents doing. When I finished high school and I was like, yeah, I want to act, my folks were like, you have to prove to us that this is something you can sustain, that this is something you can survive in. So I took a gap year before uni to show them that I can do it. And that's when I started getting for myself gigs in theater and whatever. And in that 1 year, I was all over. Allianz, the National Theatre, And after that is when they were like, okay, maybe.
But throughout the journey, have they been supportive?
They have.
Amazing.
They have. My mother loves it. Kisikianga tu red carpet.
Na venye unawanga red carpet, Audi.
We are in the show business. It's the reason it's called show biz, guys. You have to show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Juzi kuna mtu aliniambia, naona umesema kazi ni kubadilisha narrative ya red carpet. I'm like, yes, because what are we doing? I mean,
yes.
Yeah.
Even during the premiere of Autiste, you came slaying. Huh?
Yes.
Wow.
Of course.
It's a show business.
Zipi anaweza aje niambia Luo Glam. Nikose kukuja Luo Glam. Two of my favorite things.
Yes.
Luo and Glam. Nikose ku represent.
Before we just end it, someone asked on the comment section, they said, if we bring the next guest, can we talk about branding as we finish?
Okay.
Branding as an actor.
Okay.
How do you package yourself as an actor as we wrap up?
Oh, that's a good question. I've been having a bit of a hard time with that one in the sense that because of having been on TV and film and whatnot, I've been getting a lot of questions from people for mbona sijakuona kwa ma-advert?
Yeah.
Mbona ufanyi influencing? Mbona how whatever. I pride myself so much in my brand being a filmmaker. I'm not saying I would never do these other things, but I would want those other things to be add-ons. And I feel like now, because kazi zinakam, yes, but they're not that many, for one. Tuko actors wengi, all of us are competing for kind of the same jobos. And so you find yourself doubling or tripling in things. You're influencing, you're doing ads, you're doing acting. And so even as a brand, mtu hata ajui akurifa as nini, you know, because you're like a jack of all trades, which isn't a bad thing. But me personally, I want Auudi Rowa to be only actor, filmmaker, director.
Amazing.
I think I think you should brand yourself according to your strengths, according to what comes easily to you. Like, for example, what you were saying about my dressing, for example. If my name was to come up somewhere, whether in the film world or whatever, that's something that stands out for people. Like, yeah, her fashion sense, her whatever. So I think branding is very personal and should also depend on what you're trying to gain in terms of career, but also what you want for yourself. Because well, I don't mean this literally in terms of dressing, but you dress how you want to be addressed, right? Which should be carried into branding as well. So unafanya vitu vile unataka kuadresiwa, which I think in its entirety will now create what you're saying, quote unquote, the branding. Also, aside from that, you really are your own brand as an actor. You are your own business. You are selling yourself, right? So if you're good at what you're doing, I don't really think there's even much branding that needs to be done around you. You yourself, you're already
a brand.
A brand.
Amazing.
So yeah, I think bora tu unajua kenye unataka, unaweza work in and around all that. There are things I would never influence for. There are things I would love to influence for. But I don't
always influence.
There are things I would never influence for, and there are some I'd love to. But I would not want to be known as an influencer. I hope that has answered that question for branding, by the way. I really hope it has.
Yes.
Because my understanding of it is tunakuadresaje.
Yes.
Nikitaka kuita Auudi job na get nini. That's my understanding of that question.
Yes.
Yeah, so naweza influence ndio, but siezi taka kujulikana as
influencer. TikToker. Staki. Ma TikToks nitafanya, by the way, na nitapost. Influencing nitafanya na nitapost, but that is not my brand. Yeah. Amazing. We about to wrap up. Hope there's nothing in your chest I'm looking out.
I don't know. I'm good. Is there anything in your chest, Lodeki? I don't know.
I would say it when the cameras are off.
Noted.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been one of those heart-to-heart interviews. And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you too.
I called you, sikuwa sure you'll come. I said, let me try to reach out. And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. Unaona sound kama producer nasema. I called you. I wasn't sure if you would. You see? All you had to do was call.
No time.
All you had to do was call.
Sijui time yako inakaaje. Anyway, producers, she's an amazing person. Just call. Call her.
Just call.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You are on all social media platforms.
I am on all social media platforms under Auudi Rowa. Auudi with 2 U's.
Yes. And
across.
The reason why I like telling our audience to follow you guys is for them to get in touch with you.
Yes.
Be
please.
a family to you.
Yes.
So next time, if you have something that you say, Lodeki, can you ask Auudi this for me? You can go to the site, comment, or DM and ask. Those guys, especially those guys wanasema mimi Tanzania in acting, Tanzania in theater, you can always go to them, ask. That's why I'm encouraging you, follow them across all social media platforms. Yes,
my interactions are... My brand wanze kunitafuta. Now that you've talked about influencing.
Yes.
Mujibu, my interactions are proper. So just, hit me up.
Sasa hujawambia nini hawezi promote? Ndio sasa wale wenye hawezi wajua ni nini hawezi ku reach out.
The same umesema kuna utasema off camera.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching Cinema and Theatre Break Show. Remember, for us to keep on bringing more guests to this table, to this place, I want you to subscribe to our channel. And remember, this episode was shot at Hoyo Fire Creatives. We are at Brickwood Apartments. You can come to this place. We have an amazing place. You can create your podcast from here, your videos, YouTube, Facebook, you can create them from this place. Follow us across all social media platforms and let's get talking. Keep commenting. Request that guest that you want to come on the show. From me to you, I wish you all the best and let's keep making the world a better place to live in. Thank you.
Thank you.